inspiring insight into the progress and prosperity of Ogun State. Gateway Diary, showing at this time.
In the month of November. On the 2nd of November is the International Day to End Impunity for Crimes Against Journalists. On the 14th of November.
We're interrupting this program to bring you a live telecast. Our regular programs will continue shortly. Please stay tuned.
And to thank you for the work you're doing for Lagosians and for the confidence of your members, which we've all seen this afternoon. To also acknowledge honorable members of this House, let me extend the same courtesy to the members of the State Executive Council that are here in large number. I'm hoping that one day today to give me a vote of confidence when we get to it. But I think my own is with Lagosians, not the EXCO. The chairmen and members of the statutory commissions that are here, I want to acknowledge very warmly the leadership of our party, members of the GAC that are here also in large number. I think Mr. Speaker has individually identified and acknowledged each and every one of you. Thank you very, very much for coming, for turning up in large number. To the chairman of our party, thank you very much for the great work you are doing. Members of the Eco Legislative Forum that are here, other honorable members that have served in this hallowed chamber, thank you very much for turning up. Other heads of agencies and parastatals that are here, our friends, top government functionaries that are here, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor that I stand here this afternoon to present the estimate of the 2025 budget proposal to this hallowed chamber, the Lagos State House of Assembly. Today, Thursday, 21st of November 2024. The Right Honourable Speaker, distinguished members of the House of Lagos State House of Assembly, it is with great sense of duty that I stand before you today to present the 2025 Appropriation Bill, the second full-year budget of this administration's second term in office. My appreciation goes to the 10th Assembly, under the able leadership of Right Honourable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, for your unwavering commitment to our shared vision of a greater Lagos. As we progress towards the hallmark of our second term journey, I look forward to a continued collaboration. The 2025 budget, aptly termed a budget of sustainability, it is not just a focal document, but a blueprint for continuity. It's a blueprint for resilience and shared prosperity for all Lagosians. As the heartbeat of Nigeria and the economic hub of Africa, Lagos stands at a crossroad. It's confronted by a nexus of challenges that test our resolve and the opportunities that call for our bold action. In crafting this budget, therefore, we have listened to all voices. We studied global and local economic realities and affirmed our commitments at ensuring that Lagos continues to thrive sustainably for generations to come. The budget of sustainability embodies the values that have always defined us as Lagosians: resilience, innovation, inclusivity, and sustainability. It speaks to our vision of balancing the pressing needs of today with the undeniable responsibility of securing the future. This budget is structured around 5 key pillars designed to ensure economic stability, environmental stewardship, and social equity. Infrastructure sustainability is one, economic diversification is another, social inclusion and human capital development is one again, environmental sustainability, and finally, governance and institutional reforms. We believe this allows us to elaborate on all the 5 pillars. Infrastructure sustainability. Mr. Speaker, continuous investment in infrastructure are the backbone of any development agenda that Greater Lagos we envision will emerge on the back of high-quality infrastructure that keeps pace with the growing population. Our focus is therefore on ensuring the durability, the functionality, and the adaptability of our fiscal assets to meet the ever-growing demands of our people. In the coming fiscal year, we will be prioritizing the maintenance, upgrading, and expansion of existing road networks, bridges, and rail systems. We will expand on our drainage infrastructure, which will help to enhance mobility and to migrate the impact of climate change. Digital infrastructure is also not left out, in line with our vision for a truly 21st century megacity. Under economic diversibility, to secure a resilient economy, we must reduce over-reliance on a single sector. This budget emphasizes the development of non-oil sectors, such as technology, agro-businesses, manufacturing, and the creative industry. It's not left out entertainment and tourism. Through our Lagos State Employment Trust Fund and other initiatives, we will support all of the micro, small, and medium enterprises with financing, with training, and with market linkages. This strategy will not only create jobs, but will also enhance local production. It will thereby reduce dependence on imports, it will strengthen our supply chain, and it will enrich our local communities. Empowering our creatives will create new avenues for prosperity and give added meaning to the values of multitude of our young people. Our focus on tourism development using our rich cultural and historic landmarks will boost revenue. It will attract foreign investors, it will attract foreign exchange, and it will position Lagos as a truly competitive global destination. Under social inclusion and human capital development, at the heart of all responsible and responsive governance lies its people, and their interests and well-being indeed. Without people, there is no democracy. This pillar prioritizes investment in education, in healthcare, and social welfare to ensure that no one, and what we truly mean no one, is left behind. We are expanding access to quality education and healthcare by constructing more facilities, equipping them, and hiring and motivating qualified personnel. Furthermore, it's targeted at programs that will address the needs of vulnerable groups, including women, children, and people living with disability, which will provide a safe net for the most disadvantaged in our society. Under the environmental sustainability, Lagos as a coastal state is uniquely vulnerable to the effect of climate change. This budget therefore underscores our commitment to environmental protection and sustainability. We will continue to implement initiatives such as the Lagos Climate Change Action Plan, which will reduce the greenhouse gas emission, and we believe it will promote renewable energy sources. Our waste to wealth initiatives will not only create jobs, but also ensure a cleaner and a better environment. Additionally, we are implementing tree planting programs around the state, and we're investing in flood management infrastructure to protect lives and to save properties. The last pillar, which will be other governance and institutional reforms. Effective governance is the foundation of a sustainable development. This pillar focuses on strengthening institutions, ensuring accountability in public service delivery, and guaranteeing the safety and security of life and property of all Lagosians. We are therefore committed to leveraging technology to improving the efficiency of operating through our e-governance system. The continued reforms of revenue collection systems will eliminate leakages, ensuring that every naira is used for the benefit of its people. Additionally, we are deepening citizens' engagement through our various town hall meetings and other feedback channels. We'll be ensuring that government remains responsive and accountable to the people and to its citizens. I told you so far, Mr. Speaker, members of the House, as we present the 2025 budget proposal, which we titled Budget of Sustainability, we have approached its development with thought deliberation, aligning closely with our Teams Plus governing agenda. This budget provides an opportunity to renew hope for every Lagosian and to deliver a sustained relief in those challenging times. Indeed, we are having challenging times. The budget 2025 that I'm presenting today is a continuation of our efforts that is laid out in our previous budgets. You remember that in 2020, our budget was christened the budget of awakening to a greater Lagos. In 2021, our budget was a budget of rekindled hope against the backdrop of COVID-19 pandemic and all the protests that we saw in Lagos then. By 2022, it was a budget of consolidation, reflecting the status of our final full-year budget before our 2023 elections. In 2023, the budget was a budget of continuity, our transition budget between the first and the second terms. The 2024 budget, which is coming to an end, is a budget of renewal, which echoes the renewed hope aspiration of the federal government under the able leadership of Mr. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I will therefore now start to highlight the major accomplishments that we have achieved over the year through the disciplined implementation of the 2024 budget, which this Honorable House graciously approved and have provided oversight, and which 2025 seek to build on. The Pillar 1 is infrastructure sustainability, which uses a network of redesign and expansion of roads. In 2019, our Traffic Management Intervention Plan, CMIP, which is aimed at optimizing the utilization of carriageways, pedestrian walk, parks, garages, has identified about 60 junction improvements. 49 of these projects have since been completed, with 11 still ongoing. In the area of road construction and repair, we have completed additional 36 road projects, including bridges, link bridges, pedestrian infrastructure, of which all scheduled for commissioning soon. In fact, we'll be inviting members of this House to see how we'll be commissioning a total of about 24 projects in the next 1 month. 51 others are at various stages of development across the 5 divisions of the state. Under our bus reform initiative, BRI, we are developing new BRT terminals with ongoing projects that are at various stages of completion. Within our rail projects, we have made history once again this year with the completion and commissioning of phase 1 of the 27-kilometer red line by no other person than His Excellency the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. This rail red line, on which passengers operation commenced in the month of October, is expected with the full complement of rolling stock to be carrying about over 500 passengers per day. Future work will connect both the red line and the blue line, and another part of the LRMT system. I will add that work has commenced on the phase 2 of the blue line, which will extend from Mile 2 to Okokomaiko. I am also pleased to note that there has been a recently signed MOU between the Federal Ministry of Finance Incorporated, MOFI, to kickstart exploratory work on the development of a 68-kilometer green line, which will connect Marina to the Lekki Free Trade Zone, along one of which will be one of the fastest-growing industrial corridors in the continent. We've also, in the month of December, also exploring a signing on the Purple Line, which also should take effect from next year. Under our water resource infrastructure, the Lagos Ferry Service, Black Ferry, currently operates about 24 routes, utilizing 16 terminals and jetty. It has just recently deployed additional 20 commercial boats. Construction is at a very advanced stage at 13 various jetties across the state, in addition to the upgrade of ongoing and existing jetties. In May this year, we launched 15 new high-capacity ferries that were fabricated and assembled here in Lagos and we intend to launch a second batch of 10 very soon. Under our housing initiative, we have delivered hundreds of new housing units within a year at Igondo, Ikotu, Amuwo, Dofi, and in Ketu. In the case of Agui Ketu, an historic milestone was achieved within the Raymond Estate, the Sterling Heights Estate, which represent the first residential development independently delivered by one of our local governments under the PPP model. These initiatives go beyond housing, which we believe embodies the progress, social equity, and the promise of a better future to all Lagosians. The second pillar of our economic agenda is social and economic inclusion and human capital development. Under our healthcare agenda, ongoing projects which includes the new Massive Street Hospital, of which construction started about a year and a half ago, and which will be the biggest pediatric facility in the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa, is set for completion in the year 2025. The construction also of a 280-bed general hospital in Ojo, and a psychiatric hospital which has a capacity of more than 1,000 patients in Ketu area is also well underway. Infrastructure upgrades are going on at Ibejuleki General Hospital and the General Hospital in Lagos, among others. In education, we have completed the construction of new classroom blocks at various schools across the state. It includes in Alimosho local government, in Oshodi local government, in Apapa local government, in Ojo, while constructions are at various stages in Ajah local government, so in Apapa local government, in Mushin local government, in Agege local government, and also in Etiosa. As you are aware, Lagos has gone from a one-state-owned university to now 3 states under our watch, with the establishment of the Lagos State University of Education and the Lagos State University of Science and Technology, both of which the House graciously supported and approved. We are investing significant resources to ensure that these universities operate as centers of educational excellence, building the next generation of professionals who will take Lagos State to the next level. We are also at the advanced stage of also creating another University of Medical Sciences, which will be reaching out to this House at the appropriate time. Under our Youth Employment Initiative, programs through the likes of the Lagos Innovate, under the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, the Lagos State Employability Support Program, the Young Entrepreneur Program, all of them are receiving funding, they are being trained, and they are receiving microcredit support to scale their ideas into viable businesses. Initiatives like the Latif Jakone Leadership Academy and international leadership training programs underscores our commitment to the growing future leaders that we see every day. Under the economic diversification pillar, our administration has made significant progress in enhancing food security, empowering farmers, and developing economic growth through initiatives such as the Agri-Innovation Hubs, the Agri-Turn Grants, the Youth Homestead Farming Projects across 57 local government and LCDA, the Agricultural Scholarship Program, the Lagos Agripreneur Program Lab, the Lagos Butchers Academy, the Eco Fresh, the Cattle Feedlot Program, and our discount food market across 60 locations in the state. In our MSMEs and MSCs startup support, the Lagos State remains a hub for micro, small, and medium enterprises. We're driving innovation and we're giving economic progress. As an administration, we are steadfast in our commitment to supporting these critical players through initiatives that will enhance access to finance, capacity building, and ease of doing business. The Lagos Market Trader Money Initiative provided financial empowerment for over 15,000 traders by granting 50,000 through the Lagos Employment Trust Fund. We have also disbursed additional funds to over 15,000 MSMEs, providing critical financial support to all of these small businesses. Lagos is also investing in bolstering its position as Africa's tech hub and the startup capital. As one of only African cities ranked in the global 100 cities for vibrant startups, Lagos is home to 6 of Africa's 8 technology unicorns. Just a few weeks ago, the newest African unicorn emerged also here in Lagos. Other initiatives which include the Lagos Innovate Program, the Eco Digital Academy, and the Premier FinTech to Timbuktu Hub, a collaboration with the federal government and UNDP, will mobilize close to $1 billion to build up skills, to create jobs, and to transform the livelihood of our citizens. In arts, culture, entertainment, and tourism verticals, we are making significant progress in revitalizing cultural, religious, and recreational infrastructure across the state. One of our key projects is the development of the J. Randall Center for Yoruba Culture and History. This iconic site is being transformed into a vibrant hub for cultural preservation and education. It's been celebrated as a rich tradition of Yoruba people, while serving also as a major attraction for tourists, both local and international. The historic Agiatric Senatoff in Badagry, a symbol of introduction of Christianity to Nigeria, is being reconstructed to preserve its cultural significance and to boost heritage tourism. Efforts are underway to restore the historic Elomoro Palace in Ibejuleki and the Princess Erenukuti tomb, which will be commemorating as one of Lagos' most prominent historic figures. Under the environmental sustainability, we have awarded contracts for restoration and protection of the right-of-way on 6 additional critical natural drainage channels across the state, at Alaba International Market, within Ojo Town, in Ogudu, in Koshofe, in Ikorodu, and in Etiosa local government. This year, we signed a memorandum of understanding with Juspong Group to provide innovative solutions for solid and liquid waste management. Additionally, we also signed another MOU with Harvest Waste Limited for the implementation of the waste-to-energy project, which will transform waste into much-needed renewable energy in our state. To enhance sustainability waste management, we are partnering actively with the private sector to scale up the impact. Within the 5th pillar of governance and institutional reform, technology and service innovation, Lagos State Government has made significant strides in deploying technology to digitalize government services, with the goal of improving service delivery, with the goal of enhancing efficiency, with the goal of streamlining operations. We're positioning Lagos as a leader in innovation. Examples of our efforts in this regard include the integration of the Cowrie card across all transportation channels. To date, over 5 million passengers and customers have the Cowrie card experience in Lagos, and we're seeing that it is enhancing transparency of revenue collection within our transportation sector. The launch of the Lagos Revenue Portal, LRP, and the Land Administration Portal. The integration of LASRA card as a cardless payment to enhance and to improve access to government services such as healthcare within our BRT e-ticketing system across the loans that are granted by the Employment Trust Fund, among others. The deployment of electronic tax platform and a real-time revenue monitoring system. The introduction of a Lagos Citizens Portal for key services, which include licensing and land registration, digital medical records and centralized health data for disease tracking, digital property mapping and land use map planning with geospatial database and GIS tools. The Lagos Smart City project, which includes the construction of a new Tier 3 data center in partnership with the private sector to facilitate the digital delivery of government services to every Lagosian. The ongoing Kites Hub project, which we believe will establish a dynamic technology hub in Yaba part of Lagos. On our security and public safety, we have continued our steadfast commitment to public safety, with key initiatives which are designed to enhance security and foster greater communities and engagement. Through the Lagos State Security Trust Fund, which support law enforcement agencies with advanced equipment and training. Before the end of the year, another set of those deployments will also be happening. Additionally, we're deploying state-of-the-art surveillance technology, including smart cameras connected to the Central Command and Control Center for real-time monitoring, improving emergency responses, and securing the life and properties across the state. The Lagos State Neighborhood Safety Corps will continue to work alongside the police to enhance and to improve security within our various communities. The expansion of Lagos State emergency call centers is expected to further boost the coordination of security operatives within the state. On a related note, Dolphin Bridge in Ikoyi, the Ijora Crossway Underbridge, the Akongo Underbridge, and Obalende Underbridge, all high-profile locations that were previously occupied by desirable elements, have now been fully cleared and restored, and they are under the security operatives for daily monitoring. Within the legal and judicial reforms, in a groundbreaking initiative, we have embarked on translating key state laws into Yoruba to enhance wider accessibility and improve public comprehension, with some of the initiatives that also the House is doing. This project will utilize cutting-edge AI technology to facilitate the translation of at least 70 laws annually. This translation project will also create a digital library of Yoruba translated laws, improving legal literacy, enhancing voluntary compliance, and promoting a more inclusive legal improvement. Mr. Speaker, members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, let me take us through our perfect budget performance for the year 2024 as at the third quarter. As at the third quarter of 2024, the period ending 30th September 2024, we had implemented a total of about 1.5 trillion of the 2024 budget, which represents about 85% of the prorated estimate of 1.7 trillion. Actual capital expenditure stood at 770 billion, which is about 78% of the prorated estimate of 999 billion. And the actual recurring expenditure of 653 billion represents a 93% of the prorated estimate of 701 billion. Mr. Speaker, for the 2025 budget estimates, permit me, Mr. Speaker, it is therefore my pleasure to present to you the year 2025 budget proposal, which we tag the budget of sustainability. The year 2025 budget, as proposed, has a total budgetary size of 3,500,935,198,401 naira. 3,005,935,198,401. This budget comprises a total revenue of 2,597,034,000,000, 2,597,034,000,000, and a deficit financing of about 408,002,000,000 naira, 408,902,000,000. The total revenue comprising of internal revenue to be generated at 1,170,897,000,000 naira, and total federal transfers of 676,137,000,000 naira only. We equally propose a recurring expenditure of 1,239,000,000,000 naira, 818,000,000, meaning 1,239,818,000,000, comprising a total overhead total personnel costs, and recurrent debt service as follows. It has a total overhead cost of 722,586 million. Overhead, 432.58 billion. Subvention will be 139.728 billion. Dedicated funds will be 150.278 billion. Total personnel cost will be 392.07 billion. Recurrent debt charge will be 125.232 billion. For capital expenditure, we propose a total capital budget figure of 1,766,117 trillion. That means 1.766117 trillion. As follows: a capital expenditure of 1.452 trillion and a repayment of 313.515 billion naira. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of this House, I hereby present the highlights of the textual allocation of the 2025 budget. Under the economic affairs, a total of 908.699 billion naira is estimated. Under the environment affairs, a total of 233.176 billion. Under the health sector, a total of 204.005 billion. Under education, it's a total of 208.376 billion. Under security, safety, and public order, it's a total of 124.073 billion. And under our social protection, it is a total of 47.077 billion naira. Mr. Speaker, as you will note, the budget size is made up of a recurring expenditure of 1.239 trillion, which is about 41%, and a capital expenditure of 1.766 trillion, which is 59%, which shows that it is a 41 overhead, recurrent overhead, to a 59 capital expenditure project. The debit financing, which is within our fiscal sustainability parameters, we shall continue to live within those parameters, which consist of both external and internal loans and bonds. As I conclude, Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the House, let me assure you that this budget is not just a statement of intention, but it's a practical, actionable framework that is designed to impact the life of the citizens of Lagos, from the students and the entrepreneurs in Yaba to the farmers and fishermen in Ekpe and Badagry, from the business executive and market women on Lagos Island to the factory workers in Ikorodu. This budget is all about the people of Lagos and Lagos alone. As we prepare for the approval and implementation of this budget, I urge every of us to play their part in building a Lagos that endures. Let us remember that sustainability is not just about preserving resources, it is also about creating opportunity for the future while meeting the needs of the present. The development of any megacity like ours is a responsibility of both the public and the private sector. And to this end, we will continue to explore public-private partnership strategies in the provision of infrastructure, in the provision of social services, and in the conversion of the challenges to opportunities within the context of the scarce resources available. This government is indeed very grateful to the members of the organized private sector who have always heeded our call for partnership and show great and uncommon civic engagement with our government. I appreciate the efforts and the contribution of our public service, all the workers in our various ministries, departments and agencies, for identifying with the projections of our vision while working very hard to achieve our administration's set objective. I remain ever grateful to the Speaker and members of this hallowed chamber for your consistent support, assurances, patience and cooperation at all times. To the leadership and the teaming members of our party, the All Progressive Congress, especially in Lagos, I want to thank you for your support, for believing in us and the work that we do. To all of our royal fathers and other stakeholders that are here, we want to thank you and appreciate you for your unflinching support to our administration. To our dear Lagosians, I am eternally grateful for the opportunity and privilege to continue to serve, and assure you that we will continue to serve you, and assure you that we will continue to serve with the intensity and improved pace of our work, and to add significant value to the life of every Lagosian. Please continue to support us. Obey the laws of the land. Pay your tax promptly and in full. Exercise vigilance and time and at all times. And do not hesitate to provide useful information that will keep us all safe and secure. Once again, my dear Lagosians, I ask you to join hands with this administration on this irreversible journey to the greater Lagos of our collective dreams and aspirations. The positive future of Lagos is assured, and the promise that we will continue to deliver on all electoral promises to you all. Mr. Speaker, distinguished members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, I now present before this distinguished House the 2025 budget proposals of the Lagos State Government titled The Budget of Sustainability. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Lagos State. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Congratulations.